Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Deep-Seeded Geek. Today we're going to run through a bunch of the news articles that I came across in the last few weeks that I think are worth discussing with all of you. Now, one of the big ones that came up is that EA, Electronic Arts, which was recently voted the worst company to work for in the world, they acquired the rights to exclusively produce future Star Wars games. Now, news last month hit that LucasArts was being disassembled and that Disney was not going to be doing any of the video game franchises in-house anymore, and they were going to be selling the IP off to other publishers so they can make the games. Along comes EA and they gobble up the rights to it, and they're going to be holding the keys to the Star Wars universe in video games. Now, at first when you hear this pairing, the first thing that comes to your head is, no! But when you stop to think about it for a second, EA is arguably the largest publishing company in video games right now. So for them to have the amount of resources and the amount of talent that they already own put behind a Star Wars game, that could go really great places. I mean, think about it. You have the publishers DICE for any kind of Star Wars Battlefront kind of game. That would be cool. You have Bioware, which is arguably the only studio that has done something relatively good with the Star Wars franchise. They could be doing the next element of Knights of the Old Republic. They have many other developers under their belt, all of which have done amazing games. Imagine Star Wars games from those developers. Maybe not such a bad thing after all. Now, the next bit of gaming news is something I find completely hilarious. Last month, it was announced that Nintendo is not going to have a presence or hold a specific press conference at this month's E3. What I find funny is that a couple of weeks later, they say, oh yeah, we're not going to have a big conference like the rest of the companies out there. We're going to have one before the entire event, a very small one. So yeah, you're not going to have a press conference, but really you are. You're just kind of doing this cheap kind of way of getting to the audience before the event starts. So you're wanting to have your own little party before the real party happens. That's kind of douchey. The next bit of news is kind of interesting. Valve is developing a technique to play Left 4 Dead where it's going to be based off of your eye movements and your sweat factor. So depending on how much you sweat and perspire throughout the game, and depending on how fast and how much activity your eye is responding to the video game in question, it will adapt to that. I've got a response to them. No. No. I have had it up to here with motion control. I have had it up to here with voice control. I have had it up to here with facial recognition and iris activity and sweat-based games. Oculus Rift. Dude, this is all great technology, but I am sorry, it is being wasted on gamers. Gamers are about controllers, okay? Ask anyone. They would rather have a controller than look like a freaking idiot trying to play a video game, okay? So all this technology is brilliant, but should it be wasted on the game aspect of it? Or maybe sweat and eye technology should be, something athletic based, and all this stuff where it's Oculus Rift. Maybe that could be really handy when you're doing internal organ surgery or something like that. And motion controlled stuff, just get rid of it. And speaking of useful technology, over 80,000 applicants have registered to be the first among many to land on Mars. 2023 is the date where we are going to be launching down the first man or woman on the surface of Mars and try to establish a human colony. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, why the hell are we going to Mars? We don't even have control of our own system right now. The reason we want to go to Mars is not for the colonization stuff per se, but it is to capture our imagination and inspire us to do better things. There was a time when going to the moon sounded outlandish, and when we finally did it, it seemed like anything was possible, and there was a technological boom that happened in result of it. Where is that technological boom now? It's all just centralized, it's all personalized, it's all, ooh, I have the newest iPad. But is that a technical achievement? No. Going to Mars, that is a human evolution jump right there. So I think that's why we need Mars, is to jumpstart our innovation again. So I am really excited to see who gets to go to Mars. It won't be me because I'm not that smart, but I'm going to keep tabs on this. So you can check out the website, get all the information on, I believe it's called, the Mars Team 1 is what it's going to be called. Check it out, really interesting stuff. And a bit of sad news for all of us Whovians out there. Matt Smith is leaving Doctor Who. Yes, one of the most popular Doctor Who's of all time is going to be leaving as soon as the 50th anniversary edition of Doctor Who hits, and then the Christmas special. That Christmas special is going to introduce whoever the new Doctor is going to be. So, it was a good run, Matt Smith. We all love you, but Doctor Who's got to move on, I guess. Not too long ago, the Vice President, Joe Biden, made a very controversial statement where he flippantly just said, you know, there is no reason why we cannot put a tax on violent video games. Now, I understand that the US government is trying to get all up in arms about violent content in video games and how that might be affecting your children. I have my own personal theories on that in a previous episode of DeepSeededGeek. Geek. I think it's episode 10. You can check that out. But in response to Mr. Biden, no, there is no legal reason why you can't put a tax on violent video games. Much like there's no reason why you can't put a tax upon violent movies, violent TV shows, violent images in the news, violent images in print media, in books. Do you see where I'm going with this? If we start taxing one specific area of the media, you have to tax them all. And I don't think anyone's going to sit down and take that, okay? And if you're going to go that far, is there not a tax you should be putting on maybe the military, the most violent aspect of our human nature right now? It's worth thinking about, Mr. Biden. Okay, that's my only political rant in all of DeepSeededGeek. Geek. I swear to God, I don't want to get in trouble. On to some happier news now. The first trailer for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes, Marvel's first TV series, is out there. Agent Coulson is back, baby! And the trailer itself looks so badass. I'm not going to say much more about it. Just go on YouTube, type in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and enjoy the awesome. And in a bit of triumphant news for all of us gamers, EA has announced that it is getting rid of online passes required for most of its games. This is brilliant. It was such a pain in the ass for all these online passes. And most of the DLC that goes along with all these online passes have become free. So go to EA's website, check out all the games that are going to have free content now, and see if you get some free goodies. So here's a bit of sucktastic news for all of us Let's Players out there. Nintendo has enforced a new rule that if you are doing a Nintendo brand Let's Play, they're going to put their own branded commercial in front of the video that they will make revenue from. Meaning, you don't make any money off of their Let's Plays anymore. I think Nintendo is going about this the wrong way. They are seeing all the Nintendo Let's Plays as profits being made that they aren't getting a cut of. So they're trying to reap in that reward. What they're missing is that most Let's Players, they do the games to advertise the game. I can say from personal experience, every Let's Player that I've watched playing a game has made me go out and purchase that game. SimCity, Minecraft, most of the indie games that I've played have all been purchases I've made due to Let's Players. So all those like little dollars and cents that you're not getting from all these Let's Players making from ad revenue, dude, they probably made half of your business, okay, for that one game that they're doing the Let's Play of. So cut them some slack. They're bringing you more business than you probably think. One of the best bits of gaming news that I have heard in the longest time is that Square Enix is putting out an HD remake of Final Fantasy VIII for PC. I don't know if it's going to be a Final Fantasy HD remake in the Final Fantasy VII demo respect that, you know, everyone knows and is famous for, or if it's just going to be a less pixelated version of it, but I don't care. New Final Fantasy VIII, yes! So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the news articles that caught my attention over the past few weeks. And if there's anything you want to comment on, that's what the section below is for. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. And if there's anything in the gaming industry that I missed over the past few months, please share with me and we will discuss it at length. So I want to thank you for watching this video. If you dig it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, favorite this video, share this video with all your friends and family on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe, as always. And I put out new videos every Monday and Friday, and we will see you next time on DeepSeededGeek. Take care, everybody.